lot of action that took place earlier on today, cricket and also football. First, we'll start off with some cricket, and before we get into it, tonight's show is brought to you by Let's Care Medical. Let's Care Medical, visit them at shop number 5, Joseph Plaza, Mandeville. And remember that they also do home checkups, so don't think it's just that you have to go to the place. The man them just link shakes and the man will come directly to you. So guys, just support Let's Care Medical because they have been our first sponsor and our only sponsor on board thus far. So just give the man the support, man. And we also have to give a huge shout out again to our producer Josh Carl. He's the one that makes this possible every night. So big up again, boss man. Now we're going to get into the live, and as you know, I'm Levon, the host. We have Shakes with me tonight, and we also have Bones. Hopefully, we'll be joined by Demo, the Liverpool man, a little later on. And I wanted him to be here because I wanted to start it off with cricket, and even though he's not here, I still have to start off. So, Shakes, Bangladesh versus West Indies Test series has started. Started earlier on this morning, and Bangladesh took strike, and overnight they were at 242 for 5, with Shadam Islam getting 59 and Shakib Al Hassan not out on 39 along with Litan Das on 34. Jamel Warikani took 3 for 58 and Kemal Roach 1 for 44. Did you see any of the action, Shakes?
Well, I can only speak to the little bit of action that I saw, which was at about between 12 and 1:30. Yeah. So I watched it. I watched that first session up to lunch, where Roach got a good wicket of Tamim, right? After that, West Indies were basically toiling. The fast bowlers really, they're not going to do anything on that Bangladesh surface. So it was really all about the spinners. Cornwall, boy, yeah, got some turn here and there, beat the edge of the opener, and that first change that came in, I think it's Shantu. Yes. Yeah, he was giving him some trouble. But outside of that, nothing impressive. Warrican, I honestly never got to see any of his wickets because, as I said, post lunch, I was unfortunately I was sleeping. But not surprised because really and truly those wickets in Bangladesh, yes, you're going to get runs. You really have to have an exceptional spinner to bowl down the team. I think 245 just assessing 245 is 242 for 5 is not bad from a West Indies standpoint, because ideally we wouldn't have wanted Bangladesh to get like 340 on the first day, because for me, West Indies will not be able to bat out the entire test, right? This test will definitely finish within 4 days. So hopefully tonight we can try to restrict them to under 400. We need to. If they get more than 400, we can look for 3 days.
All right. So another question: the starting 11, they handed out debut to Shane Mosley, left-handed batsman. He normally hoping for the Haiti man for Barbados, but they handed him his debut along with Nkrumah Bana, who has been around for a very long while.
Long time.
And they also handed out a debut to Kyle Mayers, who has been there and thereabouts, performed decently. Do you agree with the starting 11?
Starting 11, boy. You know, the entire series for me is a farce because a lot of the top players, quote unquote top players, have pulled out of the series. So, remember we had discussed it probably like 4 shows prior, where we were saying these players that are there now, we don't really see where they're going to impress us that great, especially because West Indies against Bangladesh, we have been poor against them overall, right? So for me, it's just about giving people a chance. So I'm not going to disagree or agree with them handing players banner, I must say, because he has been on 2 tours prior, don't get no game. So I think that he quote unquote deserves his spot, right? For this test match or this test series, especially because he has been around for a long time. Um, what's the worst that he can do when you compare to the persons who are in the reserve? Mayers, I can speak a little bit about Mayers. I saw him bowling. I wasn't impressed. You know why? Because I see this man bowling at 122, 122 kilometers per hour.
It's a
I
very
don't
poor.
see. Yeah, because I mean, I think about the speed that Roach bowls. It's like in the 130s, 120s sometimes, right?
Generally, the
Jason
only
Jason Holder is about that speed. And Myers, I don't see him doing anything at all with the ball, right? Whereas Roach, I know that he will try to angle in the ball, right? And try to bang it in the pitch. Boy, what I saw in that first session from Myers, I'm not impressed. But guess what? It's a Bangladeshi wicket. As we said, it's not suited for fast bowling. So maybe that's why his pace is so slow. But for me, I believe that any fast bowler, quote unquote, even if you're on a slow pitch, you must be able to generate some 130s. Yeah.
But
So
Shakes, that has been the thing about Mears for the longest while though. He hasn't been really known for his bowling. It was more his batting that came a long way in the previously concluded season. And yeah,
but
he
if you
chipped in.
realize in this team they have him as a bowler.
Again, as you pointed out just now, it's a case of who else in the reserve is actually better. Who could they turn
Exactly.
to? But
Because when you look on it, it's two seamers they have, right now.
technically, yeah.
So he is basically that first chain seamer. 'Cause we're not counting the spinners right now in terms of to come on and bowl right away, right? But he's the only one that is there.
But to be honest, Shakes, remember that's what happened earlier on this one, because the thing is that Raheem Cornwall was actually Craig Battery's first change. And if that's your first go-to in a test match, I think it was within the first probably 10 overs of the match, a test match.
Yeah,
You
because
know there's a
they
problem.
realized that they weren't generating anything off the pitch, right?
So within that itself, it proved that there's something definitely wrong with this team. So I know that you for one don't believe they'll do well in this match.
I don't
And
believe they'll do
the
well at all in the series.
series per se, but
Yeah,
Demo is the one who tends to always have this false hope thingy. But I guess you won't have any hopes after the
he's
performance.
usually more hopeful.
Yeah, because from the other day you can see that he has have a slight downturn in terms of his output about West Indies.
Yeah, and remember even for the 1 day series, quote unquote, he had them to come back and beat Bangladesh 2-1, right? That never happened.
And Shakes, as we just pointed out, here is one of our viewers agreeing with us. If Cornwall is your first option, you're in trouble.
Yeah, have to be. As I say, on the pitch, in terms of what I could see, there was nothing for the bowlers. Even you see even that wicket that Roach got.
Yeah, but
It
that
was
it
an
was bowled off
inside
the inside
edge.
edge. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an inside edge, right? So it's not like you're clean bowler, man, right? And once you're not hitting the wicket in cricket, you're not really going to trouble the batsman.
All right. With you saying all of that, Bones. Overnight, Bangladesh are 242 for 5. So more than likely they bat for a while tomorrow. West Indies will actually go in after a while. Do you see West Indies making the runs that Bangladesh will put up?
Well, I think, well, first of all, before the first thing West Indies have to do is they have to get Saqib Al Hassan out. That's the first order of the day. If you can't get him out, then you're in trouble. West Indies simply cannot let Bangladesh score another 60 runs because they're not going to be able to get 300. Matter of fact, they're not going to be able to get 241 runs if you ask me. So they are already
my 400 is pushing it too far for Bangladesh.
Pushing it too far. But I mean, Hassan looks really good. If West Indies cannot get him out, they're going to be looking at probably 450 at least. Cause he'll definitely score 100. And he's a patient batsman because he's 39 off 92 delivery so far. So it's going to be a struggle for West Indies. Everybody know this before the series started. It's going to be a heavy struggle, and it won't be surprising if the match even finished within 3 days. Sheikh said 4, I'm saying 3. So
remember I dropped it to 3 if Bangladesh scores over 400.
Yeah, so that's probably Bangladesh will be looking for quick runs, depending.
Yeah, it all depends on the pace of the game.
Yeah, so
you talk about Shakib, but you know that Linton Das, he has he scores runs quickly sometimes.
Exactly, fairly quickly as well. And
right?
he has been in some sort of form since recent as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and with him and Saqib being at the wicket now, they will complement each other. If you ask me, they are going to complement each other.
Yeah. West Indies have to strike early. If we don't strike early, it's 3.5 days. Might not even get to the 4 days.
As I said, the first hour of the day, get Hassan out. By all means necessary, get him out. But but if you ask me to your question, Evan, West Indies won't make 241 runs.
Wow. So you don't think any of these batsmen will actually stand up to
the only batsman
bowling setup?
The only batsman I see in the West Indies lineup that will probably put up a fight, and that's Blackwood. Nobody else.
Wow.
Nobody else, to be honest.
I agree. Because when you think about it, so it's a wicket that has already been turning, right? And Cornwall is not the biggest turner of the ball. The Bangladeshi will obviously turn the ball more than the West Indies bowlers. So we know the West Indies batsmen can play spin, right? So for Blackwood's game, you see, because of the style of play where he's counter attacking, if he tries to just all right, it don't make sense. I just play, prod, right? It makes sense. I just try hit boundaries and try hit the bowlers out of the attack. That I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do, right?
But Shakes, if you follow Blackwood career, even though over the past 2 years, I'd say it's somewhat altered a bit in terms of his aggression, but you know that he's one of those players that won't be bogged down by anybody. At some point in time, he's going to attack you.
Yeah, and he showed that in England. The England series, he showed that. Yeah.
But you have quite a few people in the comment section that definitely not really hopeful of West Indies doing much. There's one.
Yes, there are others saying that don't expect much from this West Indies team. So.
But it's true.
As I say, West Indies players in general, listen, you see when they play T20 franchise cricket, they look brilliant when they team up with the Indians, Australians, Englishmen, New Zealanders, Pakistanis, right? But you see when we formulate a team for Test, ODI, or T20, we're horrible.
Agreed upon, but I won't stretch it as Bones just did. I actually think they'll make some runs in the match.
Let's see.
But we just have to stay tuned and see how this will actually pan out. But let's just hope for the best for West Indies, and for those who still support the team. Yeah. Well, I for one don't support them, so for those who support them, let's just hope that they actually do well. And here's also, before I move on, Sheldon Footcamp saying that Black could have improved, but nobody will. These batsmen have no patience. They bat too reckless. Bossman, where have you been so long?
Good night.
West Indies cricket, and here coming a West Indies shirt.
Good night, guys. I found the email in my junk mail, so that's why I was having trouble. It wasn't in my inbox, so that's why I didn't find the link.
That's okay. That's okay. You're here.
But quickly, Demo, what is your assessment of the first day of action thus far?
I think it's a pretty even first day. I thought Bangladesh were batting really slow. I didn't expect them to be that slow in the innings. I mean, it's the first day and everything, but they were batting really slow. But West Indies bowlers, after the first 3-4 overs, they were just wasting the new ball. Gabriel can't find a spot. He was just throwing the ball all over the place, and a lot of full toss and over pitch deliveries. Kimar Roach was doing the same thing until they got the breakthrough. And then obviously there was nothing happening. Like, it's just a flat desert track. Pace bowlers not going to be very effective. And I think the team selection of Bangladesh showed that, because they picked about 3 or 4 spinners for the team and 1 seamer for the for the whole test. Yeah, so they know what to expect on the pitch. And West Indies straight away they went to Rakeem Cornwall, the danger man, in the 8th over. They came to him, and he was doing bits in this first over. He beat the bat a few times because the left-handers, he was turning away from them. But because it's so new, it's not turning a lot. It's just deviating a bit, and he missed the off stump by this. And then they dropped his catch at short leg, Banner. It was a simple catch, and they dropped his catch. But he bowled okay. And then Warrican came, and he got, I think that run out that we got kind of turned the game a bit, and it was a brilliant run out. But all in all, I think it was an even first day. We just need to take the next 5 wickets pretty quickly today.
As Bones just said, though, they need to get out Shakib and Litton very early, or else they're looking at 400 runs.
Yeah, and they dropped Litton. That's who they dropped off Cornwall. Let the ball lick straight into the man hand and him drop it, and then he's just gone on now to make some runs.
All right, so we'll move on from the cricket and we'll get into some football discussion. So we saw some EPL action.
West Indies winning this test series, just so you know. Let me just say that before we move, right? West Indies will win this series.
In other news,
Shakes, we were here picking up for him not think that this man will actually drop his optimism, but here he comes.
No, this is a much different team, man. They'll win.
But we'll jump into some football action now. And earlier today, we saw Burnley taking on Man City at Turf Moor. Man City running out 2-0 victors. Gabriel Jesus once again on the score sheet, and Raheem Sterling on the score sheet as well. Shakes, you took in that match?
No, I wasn't able to watch that match. I just saw the highlights. I'll just echo what he had said on the last show yesterday. When Jesus scores, Man City doesn't lose. But based on what we predicted for this game, a lot of us went with 4-1, 5-0, 4-0. So we just never saw Man City losing. Man City in great form, right? I leave it to one of them that actually watched the match. But Man City in great form. There was no way Burnley was going to stop them.
And for the people that love stats again, this is now 12 clean sheets in 13 games that Ruben Diaz and John Stones have started together. Man, them don't concede. But
all hail the Portuguese.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say too. Like, you probably have to ask Bones all of these things, because I was at work for all of the games. I even missed most of the Liverpool game too as well. So I was just seeing it here and there because I was at work.
Well, it was an expected victory though, as we all said. But in terms of scoreline, well, probably expected a bit more. But Burnley has been compact somewhat over the last couple of games. So all in all, City once again winning and reclaiming their... Well, they were still at the top, but they went ahead furthermore by 3 points. They had like 75% possession of the ball, in which again is expected because Burnley doesn't possess the ball. But next up, Fulham, they keep on sliding. They lost 2-0 to Leicester. James Maddison with 2 assists, and James Justin, a player that I know for a fact that Shakes really like. He was on the score sheet as well, and the man that has been a huge disappointment, Kelechi Iheanacho, he also got on the score sheet. Shakes.
Yeah, so Leicester had a blip last game out, right? Nobody expected them to lose to Newcastle, right? They turn it around for this game. Yes, Fulham, they were in good draw form. As we said, they need to stop shopping at Victoria's Secret. Need to probably go somewhere else to try win a match. But you see the quality of Leicester overall shone throughout the game. Madison, yes. Um, his qualities, it's always on show, right? For me, he's a decent up and coming youngster, right? Who I believe can actually cement his place in that England team, right? He just has to continue working hard. Especially the fact that Vardy isn't there. Persons were a bit worried who would score the goals for them, especially the fact that they had lost that previous game. Fulham though, uh, I guess it's a result that you expect from a team that is in the relegation zone versus a team like Leicester that has been in good form. So
But
2-0 wasn't bad for them.
But Shakes, the thing is that though, you know that they actually had more possession in the game than Leicester.
Yeah, but remember we talk about the identity
That was
of
what I was.
Fulham, you
No,
know.
that is the main reason why I mentioned that, because you're
Oh
one of
yeah,
them that always says Scott Parker has them playing
yeah
a
man.
certain type of identity. However, the result just hasn't gone their way any at all. They just keep on drawing, and when they're not drawing, it's pure loss. And last
Listen,
night
it's
you
the
said it.
quality or the lack thereof. They just lack quality all over the park. So yes, you can see his philosophy, what they are trying to do, but the players are just not good enough to get victories in the EPL. It's as simple as that.
But a question though, Shakes. Could you blame it on him somewhat? Because, for instance, you have a man like Bobby Reed who scored in the previous match,
Mm-hmm.
performed pretty well, and then for this match you drop him. For Mitrovic, who has been off form entirely this season, why would you
Yeah,
do a
but
thing like that?
well, maybe he had a niggle. Who knows? I didn't see where he came out and said anything about the player. But if you realize, Bobby Reed has been Fulham's best player all season, right? Maybe the coach decided that he has played too many games. Maybe he already knew he was going to lose this game, so he was trying to rest him up for some other points that might be more sure versus playing Leicester. I don't know.
But Shakes, there's no sure points in this thing. So at the end of the day, you need to put out your strongest 11 to actually get the points. And then again, you're playing at home. Leicester just lost their previous match. So you'd have expected that Fulham would put up some form of resilience, but it was never meant to be. And they have a lot of misfiring players, and that's the issue. Mitrovic,
Mhm.
oh boy,
Just
he
won't
has
cut
just
it in the EPL.
he has just been atrocious right throughout. And then the defense, they brought in Joachim Anderson and Ola Hein and those players, but that seemed to not have changed a bit, because they still concede some goals that you'd be like, had they been more cohesive as a unit, they wouldn't actually concede.
And
But
you know that it starts from the back line with the keeper.
Ariola,
Yes. I believe if they had a better keeper who is more commanding, is able to communicate better with his defense line, I believe they would have garnered a few more points. I'm not saying they would have been out of the relegation zone, but I would have probably give them another 5 points or so. At least one win, two more draws.
alright, so here's one of our viewers commenting that this is Casina saying that quality is not Fulham problem. Leeds have less quality. It's just that Fulham decided to build this team in August, so they need time to gel. Osman, I get where you're coming from, but guess what? This is the EPL. They don't get time for gel in this. Is either, especially being a team that is going to fight for relegation scrap, is either you come up and you're ready for fight, or you just go back down to championship. Simple as that. And as Shakes pointed out last night, Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield down to the championship at the end of the
Yep.
season. Because if you look at the remaining fixtures for all three teams, it doesn't get any easier for them. And this match, I think, was a match that Fulham, if they wanted to stay up in the league, they should have went for it. Because, as I said, Leicester missing their marksman. They just got beaten weekend, even though their away form, as I pointed out in the previous live, that their away form is
good away
actually
form.
superb.
Yeah, they're better away than at home.
Yeah, but the thing is that remember that Fulham has gotten quite a few draws over the past couple of weeks at their home, so you'd expect that at least a point would have done them some sort of justice to climb up the table, but was never meant to be, and there they are, 14 points. Not looking good for Scott Parker and them at all. But next up we saw Leeds taking on Everton, a match that we expected to see goals, and if Everton could score against the Sheffield team,
Leeds.
you know that Everton should just go and back down wherever they might come from. But they ended up winning by 2-1. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Calvert-Lewin getting back on the score sheet. Leeds put back one through Rafinha, Patrick Bamford with the assist. Bones.
It was a dominant performance by Leeds. They totally deserved to win the game, but that's how football goes. They really when that is not when they talk about dominating a game, this is a game that Leeds totally dominated. They totally dominated the game, and it's unfortunate that they didn't win the game. But that's how it goes. One team get a few chances, they score 2 goals. You get your chances, you only score one. You lose 2-1. So yeah, it was a dominant performance by them, and it's a good victory for Everton to bring them up in the league and things. So yeah, I don't know what else.
You see for this match, Levan, quote unquote, I agree with Bones, where he said that Leeds dominated the game. They had the ball in the final third, right, on numerous occasions. But you see, when they were getting into the box or to make that decisive pass into the box, that is what failed them.
Yeah.
That is why they lost this game today. Everton, listen, it was an open game, number one, right? Everton never clamped down in defense, so the attacking players for Leeds had space to do their thing. Rafinha, even in the last 25 minutes, they were fouling him. He got chances in terms of going forward over and over and over. But that final ball, they just could not get that final ball in for them to get that second goal. So it, quote unquote, it was an unfair result for Leeds because they played well in this game.
I mean, even when they did get the final ball right, the keeper made a save or it hit the post or they just blazed over. Because even in the last minute, I think Bamford took all the time in the world to make sure he got that final pass right, and he passed it to
Roberts, yes,
and he just blasted it over. So I mean, it's just, listen to me, the way how Leeds playing right now, jeez, it just, I don't know. They deserve to win more games, I guess, but they just can't defend, like we said, from probably the first ever stream we ever do.
But some stats to point out. Leeds have conceded 17 goals via set pieces in the Premier League this season, including penalties. The most by any side in the Premier League.
Yeah, I remember when Man U played them. Like at every corner, we could have scored. When every team play against Leeds, their defenders cannot defend set plays. I think every manager knows that. So they try to attack them on set plays.
Another stat to point out, Everton's 5 league wins at Elland Road have come in 1926, 1939, 1951, 2002 and 21. Coming into this game, they had won just one of their last 37 top-flight away games against Leeds. So this is a match that Leeds needed to win because Everton form has been on the down as well. Yeah. So if you dominate this game, you'll expect that they would have come out with something, but it was never again to be. And again, Leeds hot and cold. Last weekend against Leicester, they were absolutely very good, but in this match, that final third left a lot
just
to be desired.
the final ball kill them.
Next up, we saw Aston Villa taking on West Ham, a match that we all said that would have been entertaining. It was entertaining to an extent, but let's point out that it was the show of one Messi.
Yeah, Lingardino.
Hold on, man. Messi, Jesse, Lingardino.
It was a show of Martinez.
But Jesse Lingard scoring twice on debut for West Ham as they run to a 3-1 victory over Aston Villa. Aston Villa got a cancellation through Ollie Watkins. West Ham goals were scored by Soucek was on the score sheet once again, assisted by Ben Rama.
Oh yeah.
Mikel Antonio was the one who assisted both goals for Jesse. It was quite an hand-to-hand game, and
it was
for neutral. If you never enjoyed this game, man, that.
But you remember my prediction? My prediction for this game was 3-3.
Yeah, man, I remember, man.
Aston Villa just never live up to the billing.
But trust me, those shakes. Lingard like Grealish look like a little boy to them, man. The man pull up a piece of skill, man. That only thing Grealish was left to do was just try to tie the man's shoes lace. But it was a very good game, man. Hand-to-hand stuff, and it was actually good to see Lingard get him back on the score sheet and actually.
Martinez was poor though in this game.
Yeah, because
extremely back to him best.
As in those two goals by Lingard shouldn't have gone in. I'm happy that he scored. Don't get me wrong, but based on how Martinez has been performing this season, those were two horrible goals.
Especially the third one that he conceded.
The second one from Lingard, my word, like what was he trying to do? Like he basically tried to save the ball after the ball passed him. I just never understood that at all.
I understood.
Boss man, better than
good goal by Ollie Watkins though.
Brilliant goal, brilliant pass.
That was a brilliant finish. And of course assisted by Jack Grealish.
Yeah, brilliant.
Alright, Dima, you have anything to say about the match itself?
Oh no, like I said, I missed most of these games, so I'm just a listen. I have to go watch them afterwards.
Alright, the result that the match that I'm sure that a lot of us are interested in, and a lot of us are actually very happy. When I say happy, I mean extremely ecstatic and happy. Liverpool 0, Brighton 1. They were beaten by another B team at home. Burnley beat them 1-0 the other day. Here comes Brighton beating them 1-0 again. But the floor is all yours.
Listen, if you not expect me to come here and rant and rave, I am actually not. Like I said, I was trying to watch this game at work, and it's like a sign. Because every minute my phone just a stick. I may use Wi-Fi. I may like, why my phone a stick while I may try to watch the game? Like every second it just a stick. And so I was seeing the game bits and pieces, especially the first half. But when the game ended, I went back and I watched the highlights of the game. And I don't like to review games based off highlights because I don't get the full story. But like I said, I was watching bits and pieces. And just for me, how toothless we seem today is just unbelievable, especially off the high we were coming. And like, if I forgot off right now, I could just start cuss Salah, and I really don't. The second minute of the game, boss.
Yeah.
The second minute.
Yeah.
And then just to put you clean through. And you kick the ball over. You can't, especially after what you do over the past couple of days. Like, how? I don't understand. Like, it just baffles me to see how we are so inconsistent this season, especially to the bottom place teams. I think we have only gained 7 points out of 21 when it comes to bottom place teams. 7. Wow. It is embarrassing, brother. Embarrassing. I may tell you, like, may I try to compose myself right now, because I go back and question a lot of decisions, especially that Jota decision. I'm just really no one getting all of this right now, honestly. But again, the Anfield Fortress is no longer a fortress. 2021 seems like anybody can come there and get some points. And
yeah, man, because not even Liverpool can win at Anfield in 2021.
Not even Liverpool.
And here we are sending Minamino and loan when Mane injured, and listen, everything is just seem to be going wrong, and I don't know where we turn from here.
Orlando Dima, don't think we're gonna actually make a gateway now, because last night they came on but put some respect on the champion's name. So this is the respect you want to put.
One day later he's over it. Can you imagine? One day later.
I've said that in 2 streams that they should put respect on the champion. And listen to me, I'm not giving up on no title race. but just how toothless we are, over that, brother. I just think something need for change. I don't know what it is. Jata comes back later down this month, and I don't know. Something just has to change. See it there again, Allison out with illness, and it just feel like people Obia we brother, like, but just get Obia. This
No, but
is not Liverpool, brother. Every single thing a happen. Everything
yeah,
that can go wrong is going wrong.
Alright,
your
Shakes.
keeper did good today.
Huh?
Shakes.
No, Keller is amazing. That's fine, but just the injuries that
Shakes,
we have
one thing
been
that we have
getting.
always said, and is that Demo don't actually take us serious. Jurgen Klopp, when it comes on to certain years within his contract at a particular club, players start falling left, right, and center with injuries. This is a known fact. It happened at
That
Mainz.
happened at
It happened at
BVB.
Dortmund.
No. This
It
isn't
did.
a Jurgen Klopp thing, boss. Thiago's
Hold on.
injury wasn't a Jurgen Klopp thing, it was a Richarlison stepping in the man foot thing. Joe Gomez wasn't a thing, Van Dijk wasn't a thing, it was Pickford broke in the man foot. Yeah, Joe Gomez pick up him injury in a England training from Musu Maguire. It's not a Jurgen Klopp thing. We're just
But hold on, Demo. Yes, you're really straying off point. What we're actually saying is that whenever it comes to a certain year, it doesn't matter where the injury come from, because generally when
Once
players
you're playing
at
for him.
Dortmund got injured, it wasn't necessarily directly under him. But when he reach a certain year in his contract, or a certain amount of time after he has been there, the players just start dropping left, right, and
no,
center.
but
Because
what that have to do with Jurgen Klopp himself? Like I'm training a beat.
Alright, Shake. So can point
It's
out
just that he doesn't have any luck at this stage.
Seriously, that's what I go to.
So, all right, hold on, Demo. All right, hold on, Demo. Think about it. The injuries that Liverpool have sustained this year, you don't consider them ridiculously ridiculous?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say because Jurgen Klopp on him third year and that happened before with him third year. That not
Let me ask you the second question. Which team in the EPL that has tried to defend the title has had these many injuries?
None. I mean,
None.
people can argue Man City when they lost Laporte and other people last year. I mean, it was a major part, and we have lost major parts in our thing too. So
yeah, but you guys lose a whole lot, and it's not just losing a player, you know. It is just the recurrence with which it's happening. So Alisson was out. He comes back. He's out. He comes back. He's out again, right? And you can point to Matip. He's playing. Yeah. He's injured. He's playing. He's injured.
Squad Shakes. Just call the squad, and you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole lot of players that Liverpool.
But no, I'm not going to sit here and say it was injury why we lost this game.
No. That's not what we're saying. It's just Levon's point we're addressing. This has nothing to do with the match itself. Because I agree with you when you say that Liverpool, they were toothless in that game. Because you see the intensity that I saw from Brighton compared to Liverpool. Listen, you see, if it wasn't for a good goalkeeper in that Liverpool goal, Brighton would have scored at least 2 more goals. So Liverpool would have get 3.
Yeah,
if you want to give Liverpool 1, no problem.
People want to come at not Phillips' ball, not Phillips' fault, make the goal score. Listen to me. Nah. That was not Phillips' fault. Trent Alexander, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do with the man? Like, bro, the man, how can you not see him coming behind you?
We were discussing this before the show started about
the
Trent.
Man literally there behind you, like, oh. And then the man hit the ball and it took a couple deflections that couldn't reach the ball. I thought Nat Phillips had a very good game again, like most of the times he plays. And people who come in at the youth and say a theme for me to go score, it's nonsense. And we should have. I think Trent set up Salah again on him left foot with a cross low down. And Salah would just place the ball into the goal. And my God, I don't know what it is. He misses so many chances. But he still has so many goals, and it is so unbelievable, boss. But just over it, brother, honestly.
But we have to give a special shout out to Yves Bissouma. The man absolutely bossed the midfield today.
Yeah, that man is a player.
Man was a monster in the midfield, man. They didn't give him any time at all in that game, man. Bones, you saying something?
No, me that try find one onion for Demo, cause
But something definitely seems to be wrong, Demo, and you touch into it before I did, because even some fans that was watching the game was saying to me that if they had a belt, they'd beat Alexander Arnold for 2 hours straight. And something seems to definitely be off with him. I pointed it out to you. You were saying that it's probably because of injury and he came back at this time.
Yeah,
but
at that time it was. But now him
So
fully
now-
fit, that was a mistake.
And I'm pretty happy that they capitalized on the score, because it makes me as a United fan very happy. So
Let me ask Demo this question quickly. You think that this is not to take anything away from Klopp, but you think Klopp is finding it hard this year to motivate his players?
No, I think Klopp has been very unlucky with injuries, and like any other, I don't think any other manager in this world.
Take out the injuries. Take out the injuries. The players that he's playing with now, because remember they play well. They play well against the big teams.
No,
So you
but
can't use injuries if they're getting results against the big teams.
But hold on,
Without those players.
There's no way people can sit here and say Klopp is finding it hard to motivate his players when the players who he has brought in, not just because of the bad results, but players who he has brought in has also performed and gave us brilliant results. So when he came and he brought in, let's say, a Reece Williams in the Champions League, he was the one who motivated a young youth like that to make go through and win those games. When he brought in when we were doing well and all the players he was bringing in doing well, you have to give him the credit for that. He was obviously motivating them.
No, but all right, Demo, hold on. I still miss out on what Sheikh is saying. Sheikh actually mentioned that in big games, they tend to seem that way. However, when it comes on to the harder sort of games, the smaller games, then it seems to be a total different case.
Yeah, because even this game and the Burnley game in particular, Liverpool just lackluster in those matches.
We're saying that they're lackluster, but in the same breath, the players are missing the chances when they get it. So if Salah had scored in the second minute, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now, and then we would be saying Klopp failed to motivate the man. If Burnley game, Origi scored the goal 1-on-1 with the keeper, we wouldn't be saying that he's not motivating them. So I'm saying the players are not capitalizing on the chances that they have been given. And so now, because the game end, hindsight, I'm gonna say, "Oh, Klopp never motivated."
So let me state this. You see, and I hope that one day the shows will be able to like show clips. If you looked on Klopp for that last 5 to 10 minutes of that game, I saw a manager that was literally dejected. Like he realized that, that we're not even going to score an equalizer in this game. That was written all over his face.
Yeah, that's fine. That's human emotions, boss.
So for me, I don't know. Something just not right. Something just not right in the Liverpool camp. Something is just not right. But guess what? It probably won't come out until something extremely bad happens. That's how football is.
So something extremely bad not happen already.
Me have to disagree with this. We can't agree with the one that shit. No.
So you would think something already bad happened to Liverpool.
Which is what? The injuries? Or the fact that they're not leading?
Nothing no wrong with the Liverpool squad right now. Nothing no wrong. The only thing that is wrong is the injuries that they have picked up over the past couple of months. That's the only thing that is wrong. And it's not injuries where they have 2 players out and then players come back. No, they keep on having it over and over, week after week, week in, week out.
Let me debunk that.
You know what?
Origi scored against Barcelona in a Champions League semi-finals, right? To come back, he was able to motivate those players for that match. Why is it you can't motivate and get Origi to even score a goal against them weak teams?
But listen. You can't bring a horse to go drink water, but you can't force him to drink it. The man get a clear-cut opportunity.
Exactly.
Burnley, and the man told
That's just one chance. That's just one chance.
Hold on a second.
Against
you know, me go kill it to an argument one time though. All right, you remember that Bones? You and Demo come on here and beat Timo Werner. That guess what? Timo Werner is a player that is not motivated.
German Shane Long.
Remember that you guys said that, you know?
You said that.
Remember to say man not motivated either, you know? See it? And Lampard now get the best of time as well.
Who said that?
Watch it.
He said that.
Look at what I'm getting at now. Since as you're on defense with that, seeing Bones, you better talk to specifically, you know. Why are you not trying to rebut it that you can't bring a Haskell here and force them to drink it? It's just the same scenario in the boss, man.
Exactly.
Just like you use Werner, you say Werner get the chances them and I miss them, right? But or you get the chance and miss it same way. So if you got to say this one, you have to say the same thing for the other one.
No, even Shaqiri playing in the game and not offering anything at all.
That's fine, but in the same breath, Shaqiri had a brilliant game against West Ham. So wait, mean Klopp motivate him for West Ham, but not for this. That don't make sense.
As I said, Liverpool, they're always up for the big games. So come and watch against Man City. I don't know who will win that game, but look at the intensity that they're going to come with for that Man City game.
So
and you're going to look back and say, oh, why they couldn't bring that in this game today?
So here's Stefano McIntyre saying that Klopp can't even pick the same 11 every week. Hard to get with them and momentum. But then a man can probably counter that and said Klopp normally bring in anybody and they just look good into the team. So
Dimo just said that.
But I understand what you mean. But for me, in terms of rhythm and momentum, that's all because we have defenders. We have midfielders playing as defenders, right? And so with these two signings that we get in terms of defenders, I'm hoping that Henderson at least, I don't know when Fabinho is supposed to be back because that's another story. Amani, they come out and I'll know them not tell you what the injury was, you know. And if you remember the Jota injury, it was the same thing them there dodge around it and then we'll find out Jota out for how long. But I'm just waiting to say about Mane.
All right, Shakes, look here again. Dima does contradict himself, you know, because you remember that he said that players are getting the opportunities, but they are missing the goals, right? And if that was the case, we wouldn't be having this argument.
Yeah.
No, Dimo is also in agreement with Stefano saying that it's hard to get rhythm and momentum. So
I never finished my point. I was saying the rhythm and momentum, not in terms of what him say in terms of that. My rhythm and momentum is midfielders,
the position
in the midfield, and that's affecting the whole chemistry of the team in general. So attackers are mischanted because
then again, Dimo, you point out that, however, you still stated that they are getting the chances, but the forwards are missing. So then within itself, then guess what? The midfield wouldn't really to be questioned.
I mean, I can probably argue that if Henderson was there in midfield, for you with the energy and drive, would have created more chances for them. Even though they missed that one, then would I get more chances after that because Henderson is in midfield. So he would have probably scored a chance even though him just missed a chance.
But all right, as I said before, I'm very happy that Liverpool is in the situation that they are. Hope it continue, and I'm not sorry for you guys, not at all.
Yeah, likewise, we need a sympathy, boss.
Likewise, for the man up top, Arsenal fan. Not sorry for you. I'm absolutely happy that guess what? Arsenal lost yesterday, Liverpool lost today, Man United won. Absolutely elated.
Me alright. Just watch his space.
Indeed.
There's a match tomorrow. Chelsea against Tottenham. How you see that one going, Bones?
Can they both lose?
Why you bother asking? You can't do like none of them. So Bones can really give one good analysis for the teams.
Bones.
This game.
Take off
the
Arsenal
hat.
Right.
Yes, and reason the thing logically.
As no
emotions. As an analyst, not as a fan.
All right, ready. All right. It's going to be. I think it's going to be the best match of the week. We know that with the type of football Chelsea is playing now. First of all, I must commend the type of football Chelsea is playing and the commitment they have shown towards a new coach in adapting to his style of play. It is going to be a dominant performance by Chelsea. I do believe. And it's going to be really hard for Tottenham to really get anything away from this game based on how I've seen the Chelsea team playing since their new manager has come in. It is it it can be a case where Mourinho totally tactically outsmarts him, or Chelsea just totally dominate the game and win. However, it's going to be for Tottenham to win the game. Harry Kane and Song have.
Harry Kane is out, boss man.
Harry Kane is injured, sir.
He out? Oh, bruh.
He's out for weeks.
Because of his hurricane madness trying to hurt other people.
Sir, the man have injured ankles.
Boy, Jose in a trouble. Anyways, I'm expecting a very good game. I'm expecting a very good game tomorrow. I'm expecting a very, very, very good game between both teams. And if I'm going to put a winner to it, or if I'm going to put a scoreline to it, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Shakes.
Strange analysis by Bones there. But anyway, Harry Kane out. Tottenham just ain't good. Chelsea will want to, as in the players will want to continue impressing Tuchel, because it's all about trying to get as many games for the rest of the season. Plus, they're in the Champions League also. So you want to impress your boss so that you can play almost every game. Tottenham, as I said, Harry Kane not there. So don't look for anything from Tottenham. It's simple. Jose Mourinho will park the bus tomorrow. Right? They're at home, number one. He will not want to lose to Chelsea, his previous team. Plus, two, they just get a new manager. So he will not want to lose a new manager and let his old team get one over him. Right? And because he knows that he has lost the previous game, the previous 2 games, sorry. Against Liverpool, don't remember who he lost to in that second match.
Brighton,
yes. So he lost those 2 games. He will definitely park the bus because he will not want to lose 3 games in a row. And because he does not have Harry Kane up top, he knows that he is already starting behind Chelsea in that match. So for me, Chelsea to win, easy. Nothing to go about. Bones just want both of them to draw because he don't want them get many points, right? And because he cannot pick 2 losers, he just had to go with the draw. But it's simple: Chelsea to win. I believe that Chelsea have enough in terms of quality. It's just about the motivation from the coach and the players themselves actually playing for their manager. As I said, it's just about impressing the manager. Right?
So you're sharing in the comment section saying that Tuchel still trying to find his best 11 and best formation, but still think Chelsea have enough. Demo, how you see this one going?
That actually leads me to my point. I don't think I need over analyzing. The thing is, the new manager bounce that teams usually get, I think Chelsea now are going to get that under Tuchel. And with no Harry Kane, Spurs just seem that no people normally say no Kane, no party. And it seems like Son misses Kane when he doesn't play as well, because he doesn't look the same without Harry Kane either. And so I expect Chelsea to win this game. Jose will come and try to lock up shop, as Sheikh said, but I think Chelsea will just have too much. They have too much attacking powers to not break down Tottenham. So I'm going to go Chelsea to win 2-0.
Let's also point out that I saw reports earlier on today that Mourinho had a conversation with Dele Alli, and he said to Dele that he wants to see the whole Dele Alli back.
You know why? Because he knows that he does not have Harry Kane.
Desperate times for desperate measures.
It's as simple as that, you know.
Yeah, they're my neighbors and I know them very well. I watched their Amazon documentary, and during the Amazon documentary, you can see that Jose Mourinho does not rate Dele any at all.
But all right, hold on a sec though, Bones. I don't quite remember if I said it on this show, but initially when Mourinho came in, remember that Dele Alli was actually performing very well for him.
Yep.
I said to someone that Dele Alli is going through the same phase that Jesse Lingard went through when Mourinho came to United. Remember that Lingard was absolutely brilliant for Mourinho.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then gradually over time, he start to freeze him out until eventually just drop him altogether. Same thing happened to Delhi. But I guess a lot of people never see the light before it actually takes place.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on another topic quickly. La Liga. Bossman, you actually said Atletico are running with the title.
10 points ahead.
It was never in doubt.
With a game in hand.
You know,
But didn't we call Atletico to win the league like long time ago?
Yeah, but the thing is that has impressed me about them this season. You actually notice that Atletico has been scoring goals.
Because of Luis
simple.
Suarez.
Because Barcelona gave them their goal scorer.
Yes, Suarez. You see the free kick weekend when he score? Okay.
But it leads me to another thing right now, Shakes. A team that you had supported in the past, because I have to get that out there, because Shakes was a one-time Real Madrid fan.
I am not a Real Madrid supporter. I am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. So you're like a LeBron James fan. So you're not a Lakers fan.
Alright, the thing that I want to ask. 3 transfer windows in succession that Real Madrid hasn't made a transfer. Also point out that Eden Hazard has he has played 35 games for Real Madrid and has missed a whopping 38 matches. So he has missed more matches than matches that he has played. Out again for another 4 weeks. So, Shakes, it leads me to the question to ask. Do you actually think that Madrid needed to sign players? With they also in the prospect that they're going to sell Vinicius because Iman Zidane now see eye to eye. So, do you think that they needed to sign players?
So, all right. So, Madrid basically shot themselves in the foot, right? Simply because they had players there that were on high wages. Gareth Bale for one, right? Along with others that are there. Quote unquote, they were at the end, they're at the end of their career, right? And they haven't really shipped them out. Modric for me should have been shipped out right after I won that Ballon d'Or, right? He should have shipped him out at least the season right after. Should have been shipped out. Toni Kroos on the decline. Casemiro has not been offering the same thing that he used to offer when Ronaldo was here, right? Marcelo is another player that has declined. Rafael Varane does not seem interested because you see when you win everything at a club, plus you win the World Cup, right? As a starring player also, because it's not like he was second fiddle in that French backline. He was a starring player in that team.
But Shakes, wait, before you move on, you remember that Champions League tie with City when he had that disaster class? I don't think he has recovered from that yet, you know.
For me, I think he's just not motivated at the club, right? And he just needs a new challenge. I believe he's still young, yes. So he has like 3 good years where he could go to another team and perform. But Madrid, their transfers basically caught up with them. So even with Ronaldo papered over a lot of the cracks at Madrid. And once he left, it was evident, especially in the Champions League. They got away with it last year in La Liga, where they were able to win La Liga. But it was really because Atletico never really put up a fight, and then Barcelona, in terms of their high level, fell off. If you realize, Ronald Koeman decided to give Atletico Luis Suarez for some strange reason. I don't know what came over him, right? Right? But he improved. He gave Atletico their missing link, right? So he automatically improved Atletico. Barcelona continued the decline, and Real Madrid, they basically dropping from where they were last season, and they were low already last season, right? So it's going to take, and you talk about Hazard. You talk about Hazard. His injuries, like, he's done as a footballer. There's no coming back for Eden Hazard. So anybody who is looking forward to Eden Hazard, I'm sorry to say that too many muscular injuries, Eden Hazard is going to be like Kaka. You remember Kaka at AC Milan? Brilliant. When he went to Real Madrid, injuries, muscular injuries. You see, when you start getting muscular injuries, there's no coming back. So with Hazard, that's why he keeps on getting these niggles, these muscular injuries over and over and over. So anybody that expect to see Hazard playing at a high level, no more.
All right, and guys, that was just a touch on the La Liga. We just decided that we're going to do something different tonight. So for the La Liga fans, there you have it, and we have come to the end of the live, and it was once again a successful show. We spoke about some cricket action, about West Indies that Demo actually think will win the Test series.
No
I don't
doubt.
know what sort of dream this man is having, but he actually think that they'll win the Test series. We also touched on some football. Demo was here. He didn't really sub much. Probably just held back his tear like Justin Timberlake this time around. But
Couldn't find the onion.
Bones was here in his element. Still caught up in his emotion. Still crying over Arsenal last and still
No,
with
me, I'm
his
company me. All right. Oh,
irrational picks. But Shakes once again held his own. Nothing much controversial tonight than just speak some facts about Jurgen Klopp. But all in all, it was a good show. Thanks again to our sponsor, Let's Care Medical. Visit them at shop number 5, Josie Plaza, Mandeville. Remember that they also do home visits. So just link Shakes and then take it from there. And once again, shout out to our producer, Josh Carl, for making this possible. He's the one that makes this thing goes on every night. And guys, look forward. We have something big coming up. Should have happened tonight, but for some reason it didn't. But just stay tuned and look forward. Something big is going to happen, man. Until then, stay safe, peace out, and just continue with Sound Sports.
Rally around the West Indies.
take care.